In this video, I want to talk about this idea of sperm maxing that I'm seeing a lot on social media. Look, I assume the term sperm maxing means to maximize the quality and quantity of your sperm, which obviously fairly desirable aim. And there are aspects of sperm maxing which is very sensible and is very much proven by conventional medicine. So things like getting enough sleep, stopping smoking, stopping alcohol, not doing drugs, all of that is actually very sensible. Regular ejaculation, taking antioxidants if you have essentially a stressful lifestyle or put yourself under physiological stress, avoiding overt examples of heat, all of that, and eating healthily, all of that is really proven to show benefits in sperm health. Where sperm maxing goes into areas which is unproven is sort of more the extreme examples. So for example, overdosing on supplements. I think the thing to understand about this is that more antioxidants does not mean better. You need enough antioxidants if you need them. If you have too much of them, at best, it goes into your urine and you pee it out and you have very expensive urine and it doesn't do anything. At worst, we have no data on what high doses of these antioxidants does to sperm. We have zero data on what it does to embryos, and more concerningly, we have zero data on what it does to babies. So to hyperdose yourself on huge amounts of antioxidants you may think may be better, but really we have no evidence that it is better, and we have no evidence that it is not harmful. So that's something to keep in mind. I also see extremes of temperature, hot and cold, recommended on being applied to the testicle. And there are several memes about, and several posts I can see about tanning the testicle. That is probably, not only is it not proven, but is probably counterintuitive. If you tan the testicle, you do apply a certain amount of heat and radiation to that testicle. It can reduce sperm function, it can reduce sperm quality, and is counterintuitive. Heating the groin and then cooling it down rapidly with ice, we have no evidence that this is on any level useful. The other thing that I see a bit of in social media is this idea of preserving your sperm until you're ready to ejaculate to try and conceive. This idea that if you save up sperm, when you do ejaculate, it's going to be amazing sperm. Whereas if you ejaculate regularly, every time you ejaculate, it's going to be weak sperm. Now that's just simply not true. Sperm lives for 2 to 3 days. And if you do not ejaculate that sperm will die. And when you do ejaculate, what you will get is dead sperm. So in fact, there is no benefit, only harm, if you don't ejaculate and you think that when you do ejaculate, because you saved yourself up, that sperm is going to be amazing. That sperm is going to be terrible. It's going to be full of dead sperm. So ejaculating every 2 to 3 days is actually what should constitute healthy sort of sperm function maintenance habits. So then the final thing I just want to mention is sperm tests don't measure sperm quality as point number one. They measure how much sperm there is there, how much of the sperm looks normal, and how much of the sperm moves. There is actually no judge of quality here. Also, if you make a lifestyle change, you don't expect the sperm to change overnight. Sperm goes through a cycle of 70 to 90 days before it gets regenerated. So it will take 70 to 90 days before you see a change in your sperm test. There is no point in doing sperm tests every week to see if the lifestyle changes you've made have made a difference to your sperm, because it won't. We also know, and any variations that we see will be due to that innate variations. We have done experiments where people have ejaculated every day, and there is such huge day-to-day variation that we don't think regular sperm tests within that 70 to 90 day period is useful unless you think that the sperm test was not done properly.